G'day viewers, Amnesia back again. I've had a comment in one of my videos about what aircrafts do I own. So I thought I'd just give you a quick little tour. Hopefully it won't take that long. At the moment I'm in my facility. Now I think once you can afford something like this, the Avenger is absolutely fantastic. Not only can you, V mode in it, but they've also added rocket launchers and guns, which was previously never on the Avenger. And it's pretty sturdy to take down. It usually takes a fair few missiles before it actually comes down. That piece of shit over there. Let's go over and have a look. Okay, I've got a... what's that? Virtue. Yep. Okay, so I've just got a random car in here. This thing is bloody useless. Only takes one missile to blow it up. However, I have taken it on top of a building, so no one could blow me up unless they were in a flying vehicle. Now, when you do put it on top of a building, and that's using the mule, which I do own, it was actually quite effective at taking a lot of the aircrafts down. So, but again, it only takes one missile and it blows up. Got the new tank over there. Again, I don't really use that, and I sure as shit don't use this jetpack, but you know, I thought I'd buy it. Got the money, so has pretty good homing missiles. Not the best. There's one thing about this is that if you've got an oppressor or a deluxo or something, as long as you're facing away from them, they cannot blow you up. So, like, if this fucker flying around on the Mark II oppressor, if he wants to try and get me, I'm just going to turn my back on him. Obviously, he's just been a pain in the ass. A dickhead. Don't run into me again. Yeah, he's going to stay away this time. He jumped off. Got his suppressor. Okay. So anyway, it's a little bit of fun. I probably would not recommend you buying it unless you've got a shitload of money. But let's go in and to my hangar and let's have a look at the vehicles and the aircraft that I put in there. I've got a lot in the back room, so I've actually got to bring them out. So as you can see, I've got just about everything that you could ask for. Probably my favorite would be this one, which I couldn't even tell you what the fucking name of it is now. It's been so long since I bought the bloody thing. Let's have a little bit of a look, see. The B something or other. The Annihilator. Piece of shit. I wouldn't get it. Don't waste your money on this. Toreador, I think, is a must-have just for anyone. You know, if you can get the mini tank when you do have the money, I think it's worth it. But again, I don't use it that much. Scramjet, it's fun. Um, Mine's in one of my garages. Probably don't use it that much. To get it off the ground, you pretty much lose control as soon as you go in the air. Well, the Oppressor Mark II, I don't usually use that much when it comes to PvP, but I do use it to get around the map as quickly as possible. Yes, I do realize that some helicopters are quicker, but the convenience of being able to park it and just jump out kind of outweighs a lot of things. I think I've got 2 or 3 oppressors just stashed around the map. It's the B-11 Strike Force, probably one of my favorite aircrafts. Um, it's fast enough. It does have exploding rounds, and the missiles, not too bad. Deluxo, fantastic. If you can afford a Deluxo, it's very good. It's probably the second best tracking missile vehicle that you've got. Um, it definitely outbeats the Oppressor Mark II with the tracking on the missiles. Usually, if I'm in the Deluxo, I can take down an Oppressor Mark II very easily. The only drawback is that it's a very slow vehicle in the air. The thruster, again, it's a novelty thing. I probably wouldn't buy it unless you've got shitloads of money. The Kanjali is probably the better tank that we've got in the game at the moment. Um, the old Rhino is slower and doesn't really have the impact that this does. I know that other content creators say that the power's about the same. I don't believe it is. The Akula is one of my favorite aircrafts to fly. The reason being is that you can go in stealth mode at any time and you can fly around the map and no fucker knows where you are. The Chernin Bog is the vehicle that I showed you back in my facility. Again, if you can get it up high enough or away from people and you purely want to take down aircraft, I think it's a good vehicle. However, it does only take one missile to blow it up. The Hunter is not too bad. I like the Hunter. I'm not going to go into the other aircraft such as, the Nakota or anything that is not armored or doesn't have guns or anything. I do have a laser. Um, my suggestion would be do not waste $650,000 on a laser. Just go and steal it from the airbase. Uh, it's not like you're going to be flying a laser all the time. I do own one. but I probably would not buy one again. They brought out better aircrafts than that. The Raiju is a far better aircraft than the Laser. The Vigilante, love my Vigilante. Handles like a piece of shit. In a straight line, it's fantastic. Trying to take a corner, not so good. The reason why I like the Vigilante is that you can take it on the original heist missions, which means that, for pack standard, when you're doing uh, the transfer of the data halfway through, you can go in there and start blowing shit up. For the uh, what is it? The convoy. Again, it comes in handy for the convoy. Once you secure the truck, you can take the Vigilante, blow up all of the other fucking cars that come. Um, so I highly recommend that you get a Vigilante if you have the money. That's one of the things that most players do. The second they make money, they spend money. Uh, you need to build up your bank first. And that's buying businesses, getting passive income, whether it be a bunker, a nightclub, something like that. So you've got passive income coming in. The pyro, it's good. I don't really use it that much. Let's see, what else do we got? Oh, love my APC. You do need to own a bunker to unlock some of the outfits on this, such as the proxies and the missiles on the top. This just shoots a round, a gun. Um, Again, you can take it in water. Um, it's quite durable. Does take a few missiles to blow up, but unless you've got your proxies and the missiles unlocked for this, I probably would hold off on buying it. Love my Night Shark, um, so I do drive that often. The Ardent is a piece of shit. Uh, there's no real reason to have it. It doesn't really do anything, and when you've got, let's go back up here. Stromberg again, another piece of shit. Now that uh, the Toreador is in the game. Now it does take, maybe 4 missiles to blow it up. You've got unlimited rockets on it. So it's quite a durable car. You can take it in the water as well. And it does have unlimited boost. So as soon as you charge up, you can just boost again, whether in the water or on land. That's where the Stromberg kind of fails. It's a little bit slower and doesn't have really the boost. The Ardent, yes, I own it, but I can't even remember when I drove it last. The Dune, um, again, piece of shit. Never drive mine. I own the half track. The only thing that I use the half track for is if someone's camping outside of a particular building, I'll drive out in that because from the front it's completely bulletproof. From the sides they can still shoot you from the side windows, but from the front they cannot shoot you out. I do own a Walmart oppressor, as I call them. Uh, it doesn't keep you in the air, but it allows you to glide. I enjoy it every now and again. So I do take that out. Not that often, but every now and again. Weaponised tamper. I know people, there's split decisions on this. It does have some good weaponry. My issue with it is that it only takes one missile to blow it up. That is a real downfall for a car that should be weaponized as well as armored a little bit better. The insurgent pickup, well, that says it all. It's just an insurgent with a gun on top. I do have an anti-aircraft trailer where you just hook it up to your truck. You can take it somewhere and set it up. It's a very powerful weapon. Problem is that um, since the gun running DLC came in, which was probably about 4, maybe 5 years ago, I think I brought it out maybe twice. So it's not something that I'd really go for. The ballistic equipment is another thing where you can actually call up and have your ballistic equipment. You've got this heavy armor on and the helmet and everything. Um, I think maybe I've used that 3 or 4 times just to fuck around with people. Um, and especially when they're doing something like a stand your ground or something like that, I'll spawn it in very close and just walk up and start killing people because it does take a fair bit to kill you. Now, if they've got 4 people and they're all shooting rockets at you, you're not going to last very long. But it's okay. Technical's piece of shit. Um, one rocket, you're blown up. You've got a 50 cal gun on there, which takes a hell of a lot to blow up a car or to kill someone. I own the ramp buggy. Can't tell you the last time that I've used that. Or the Phantom Wedge is a little bit different. I use the Phantom Wedge whenever I'm doing the KO Perico, when I want to get the long fin. So when you start up the job to get the long fin, you've got to find a truck. So what I do is go to where the long fin is, and then I bring in my Phantom Wedge. I can go and pick up the long fin then and just drive it straight out. I don't have to fuck around trying to find a truck or do whatever I need to do. I've just got it there already. Technical, again, piece of rubbish. It's well overpriced for something that's just going to blow up with one RPG. The Blazer Aqua, one of the oh, shit. I bought that so long ago, and I cannot remember using it in the last 5 or 6 years at all. Um, the armored box, again, I can't remember using it. The Ruiner 2000. Now, this has got the best tracking missiles in the game. If you fire something, if you fire a missile at something, I'd say 99% of the time you're going to hit your target. Again, the problem being is that you're going to blow up after one shot. So if they shoot you with a missile, you're dead. I use the Ruiner. You've got to own the Ruiner 2000 to do a job called Fully Loaded. Now, when you're doing Fully Loaded, this becomes armored as well. Now, in Fully Loaded, you're supposed to go around and blow up, I don't know, I think it's 10 um, armored uh, limousines. Now, I don't use it that way. I actually start up the job and I'll go around and just fucking wreck the lobby. I'll just kill anyone that comes near me. You can be shot out of it, so you've got to be careful about, people that are on the street. But if they're in a vehicle, in an aircraft, it can jump. You've got a parachute on it as well, so there's certain angles that you can get aircrafts with. I've brought down lasers with this. A Oppressor Mark II or a Walmart Oppressor will not stand a chance against a Rorna 2000 if you've started up the fully loaded. It will take probably about 15-20 missiles to blow you up. If it does blow you up while you're doing the fully loaded, another one will just spawn somewhere else. So it's not like you've done your dash. You can just steal a car, get your personal vehicle, fly to it, pick it up again, and it's as good as new. The rocket volatile, yeah, I own it. Can't remember the last time I've used it. I own a Jet Sam. I own a Cargo Bob. I own the Brigade. Again, don't use them. Turreted Limo, I could never see the point in buying that. I think everyone should own an Insurgent, but again, that's just my personal preference. The Hydra, I own a Hydra. Don't use it anymore. And I'll get to that in a minute of why I don't use it anymore. The Valkyrie, it's fun. You know, you get people in the side guns, people in the front guns, but again, it doesn't take much to bring that down, so you've just got to be careful. Savage does have exploding rounds on it. That's more something that if someone's pissing me off, I'll grab the Savage and just keep on spam killing them as they spawn. So that's kind of like a one-on-one. Again, it'll only take one missile to bring that down, so just be careful with that. Duke of Death, well, you know, that's... I do own one, but again, there's a lot better armoured cars out there. I own the Marshall Dubster. Buzzard, I think, is an essential if you can afford it. For me, because I've been playing for so long, I get it for $0. There's a lot of vehicles that I get for free, which I don't know whether everyone gets them for free, but because I've been playing the game for so long. The barracks, well, it is what it is. No, I don't own it. I couldn't see the point in buying it. Yes, I did buy a Rhino tank before the other tank came out. I've never used it since. Crusader, piece of shit. Why would you want to own a bus? And the Journey, again, you can steal all of this shit, so I don't see the point in buying it. And I do own a dump truck. So, and again, for the rest of all of this stuff, you can just steal it. You don't need to buy it. Now, one of the best, well, the best aircraft in the game at this stage when I get to it is the Raiju. The Raiju is the gold standard of attack aircraft in the game at this stage. You can VTOL it, which means it can hover in place. It has exploding rounds, just the same as the laser. The missiles does take a couple of rounds to bring you down. But if you're going to buy a airplane and you want to do some, I suppose, what we all do on GTA is, you know, try and attack other players and do different shit, this is the vehicle to get. I do own all of the other vehicles, all of the cop cars. Again, I don't use them. Iron Mule I bought. It's a hell of a lot stronger than the Cargo Sam or the Cargo Bob, and it does pick anything up. So that one is, if you are thinking about getting that, that's definitely worth it. Again, I would not get any of this unless you really wanted it. A terabyte is just a given. I think everyone should own a terabyte when you get the money. I don't know how much it costs now, but it's been years since I bought mine. Same with the Kasatka. Uh, Years since I bought it, so I don't know how much it costs now. It just tells me the renovation price. Um, in a mobile operations center, when you do have a bunker, I think that is quite essential. And it is fun. You can actually unlock 4 guns, and you've got 4 seats in the back, and you can actually drive around. It'll be virtually impossible to blow you up. And the 4 guns are on each of the corners of the trailer, and you can just shoot the shit out of people, which is quite fun. So that is kind of some of my vehicles in here. Oh, something's missing. Let's go over and have a look. So this is the floor plan at this stage. I've got some in storage. These are the ones that I have in storage. A Titan, a Savage, Hydra, uh, Canada, which is a small attack helicopter, probably on par with the Buzzard. The Buzzard is probably a little bit better. I've got a Hunter, the Iron Mule, and fucks me, for some reason I bought the ultralight. Maybe I got it for free, I can't remember. And at Vinewood Club Storage, what have I got? Nothing good. Okay, so these are the vehicles that I've kind of used the most. But if there's anything else that I want, I just go into the storage and bring it out. I would prefer to have some of these things out, such as the Iron Mule and the medium, which is the FH1 Hunter, rather than the Annihilator. But as you can see, they're medium vehicles, and there's only so many vehicles you can put into your hangar. If we have a look here, an Annihilator is classed as a small vehicle, so I can't put a medium vehicle in a small spot. So again, I just put out the vehicles that I enjoy using the most, and if I want something out, I just call it in. The Akula is, as I said, that's probably one of my favorite helicopters, because you can go into the radar, and the Raiju as well. You can do the same thing. So I can fly around and no one will be able to see me. Let's take off on that. Let's take up the landing gear. And I'm going to remember how to let's see if I can get a wanted level. Something I can blow up. It's nothing. Oh, where's a tank or something? Car. Okay. There we go. As you can see, it's got exploding rounds on it. Now I've just got to remember how to take the VTOL out. It's been so long since I've used the freaking thing as well. Oh. Don't worry, I'm pressing everything at the moment. remember how to do it. So here, I don't want that shit. You see that I'm flashing on the map at the moment, which means that I am in pause. Sorry, not pause. I'm off the radar. So if I hit it again, I should be on the radar, and I'm staying steady, as you can see. So if I tap it again, off. And while you're off radar and in stealth mode, you can't use any of your weaponry, but it's quite a nice looking vehicle. There we go. Now we'll fly. Another thing which you probably don't know is if you go up past 1,000 feet in the air, you actually fly faster than what you do when you're down at the ground level. So I'm still in off the radar, or in stealth mode, as they would say. I'm just going to hit the button now. Now people can see me. Now I can switch in between missiles if I want, or go back into explosive. And as I said, it's a cool looking jet, as you can see. And definitely the best jet in the game at this stage. But if you're on a budget, just go into the airbase and steal something. There's an aircraft over here. Do I want to kill it? Oh, he wants to have a go. Okay. You can try and aim. Now he's shooting me. I'm trying to get behind him. Had a good air fight for ages. He's bailed. Someone's bailed. Now, if they're firing missiles at you, just do a circle. He's trying everything. Now I'm going to head up. Let's see if he's going to follow me. He's trying to work out where I am. As you can see, I've taken a fair few hits. Not worried about it in this aircraft. Where's the little fucker? Somewhere down there. So what I'm going to do is, because I'm in a CEO, we go into Ghost. So now I'm going to come back on to my weapons. I'm still in Ghost. They can't see my vehicle. Yeah, I'm going to go and say hello. Where the little fucker went. Okay. There's one there. Where he's gone. Where the jet's gone. Might have bailed out of it. But, yeah. Unless he's off the radar as well. Now, I'm not the best in the jet. Oh, my engine's going. Let's go over and say hello to this fella. He's a YouTuber, so he'd be used to dying. Ooh, my engine's just about dead. Let's go over and say hello. Someone right here. I think I've just about lost my engine. There he is. How the fuck is he not dying? Okay, thank you. So as you can see, there's a lot of different things that you can do with this aircraft. Get the fuck out of here. Anyway, so I hope that that gives you some idea of what's good with the aircrafts and what's not. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, give a like, follow, subscribe. Help me immensely if you can. And keep the comments coming. Okay, I'll catch us all next time. Have a good one.